Hi, welcome back to the vlog. This weekend, I just want to stay cozy. I think Storm Amy is incoming. So I plan to read, stay cozy, make delicious food, read some books. I thought you might want to spend a couple of days with me doing that. It is currently Friday morning. I'm working from home today. I've actually just got back from the doctors. I've just taken an hour off work because I needed to go to the doctors for some blood tests, which I have done. Hopefully nothing serious. I think I've just hit TMI probably. I think I've just possibly hit perimenopause. I've been feeling like uncharacteristically like run down, tired. Yeah, just not quite myself. Plus, for the past year or so, I've been suffering from like hormonal ocular migraines. So every few periods or so, I'll get an ocular migraine about 2 days before my period. Those have started to become sporadic and random. So just a little reminder, if you're feeling a bit run down, not quite yourself, try and book in at the doctor. I mean, it's a pain. I have to sign in before 8 a.m, fill out a form, send that off to the doctor. Then they send me a link to book in for a phone call, which was a week later. And then they don't actually read the sheet that you filled out. And then you have to answer all those questions again on the phone. And then they say, yeah, you can actually book in for the blood test that you want to book in for. And it took 4 weeks. I know it's annoying. If you're not quite feeling yourself or there's something wrong, it's worth getting checked out, even if it feels like a blag. So I've just done that. And then, because I've had my bloods taken and my period's going to start today, I think. I can't be bothered cooking. So I've not had any breakfast. So a bit off sugar. I've treated myself to a maple pecan pastry. And then for tea tonight, because I just can't be bothered to cook, even though the Ocado shop came yesterday. I also knew that I was going to feel rough today with having my bloods done, my period being due, and just generally feeling a bit tired. So they've got this new range in Co-op. So for me, I got the Tuscan style sausage ragu with fennel sausage. And my partner's pescatarian, so he couldn't have the same. So he's having a vintage mac and cheese. They're a bit more of like the expensive range in Co-op, but they're really good. Also, if you've not tried it, the Marks and Spencer's new Italian range in the bowls like this. I had the shin beef ragu and my partner had the prawn pistachio pesto. Absolutely incredible if you've not tried those. Sorry this vlog started off on a weird note of health problems, but if we're not honest around here, we're nothing. Do you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go and finish up a few hours of work once that's all over and done with, and we've got some nice things on our list. I'm gonna go eat my breakfast and make an extra coffee. It's gonna be my second coffee of the morning and I don't care. Hey, sorry about the light. It is not great. It's real dark outside. I finished work for the day. I am just about to get Daff ready and take her out for a WALK because the birds are going mental outside. So I assume that means there's a big storm coming, Daphne. Big storm? Yeah, big storm. Can you hear the birdies? I love you. So, before the storm comes in, I'm going to get Daff out for, it looks like it's here to be honest, for as long as I can, just by the house, to get her good and tired for the day. And then we're going to get our PJs on, just get cozy. And then I think in between intervals of it pissing down with rain, we've got quite a big garden, as you know, if you've watched my vlogs before. So you can just pop out there. But I'm going to go and get her legs tired. And then we're going to come back and really just snuggle up because I feel so in need of it today. Look at the bags under my eyes. I feel really in need of it. So let's do that and get it over with because it's freezing out there. I'm actually going to pop the heating on for the first time since, I don't know, March or something. I've already got the fire, and I've had the fire on loads, but that's just because it looks really cosy. We've just headed out on a walk. Can you hear how crazy the birds are going? They're going absolutely mad. It's definitely a sign of an incoming very cosy afternoon. My phone said it's going to start raining at literally any moment now. I told you they're going mad. I'm probably going to get pooped on big time, aren't I? We are back from our walk, and I would say just in the nick of time because the rain's really started coming in, but we actually got caught in the rain. So I'm back in my PJs. As I said before, normally on a Friday when I work from home, I have like a jobs list after I finish. So I like clean the house. I order my Ocado shop for a Friday afternoon so we can fill the fridge, because I knew for a fact that I was going to feel rubbish today. I actually thought ahead. Need a little dry mouth. I actually thought ahead, as I already said, and yesterday I did my cleaning, got my Ocado shopping last night when I finished work. So all of my chores are done. The only thing I need to do this afternoon on my jobs list is finish editing my vlog. I'm halfway done, but I can do that cosy with the fire on. But as I've done loads of my jobs, I'm going to treat myself to sit down, and I've got 10% left of Ruth Ware, The Lying Game. So I'm going to treat myself just to a feet up, couple of hours, finish this book ahead of like editing my vlog and stuff, which feels like a real treat. I'm just going to talk a really small bit about books now. I know everyone doesn't love books, as I always say, especially me mum. She loves to fast forward through the book bit. So it's literally just going to be 5 minutes. I'm just going to tell you what's on my autumn TBR for like my October TBR, what I've popped on there. And then just a little bit about what I've read. But just fast forward like a few minutes if you don't like book chat. While I'm sat here in this PJs, we're going to be talking about books. So, Mum, fast forward. Or if you're not interested in books. So my Kindle was already decorated for autumn because I was reading a lot of fantasy this summer. So I read all of the Sarah J Maas books this summer. And then I started Fourth Wing. I've read the first 2 books of Fourth Wing, but my brain just needs a fantasy break. I think it was stupid to believe that I could jump from Sarah J Maas straight into Fourth Wing and not just feel like I couldn't quite get into Fourth Wing. So I'm going to give the 3rd book like a fair shot coming off the back of Sarah J Maas. I think I just heard some thunder. Daphne, did you? I think I just heard some thunder. Might have just been the bin men though. You're not scared though, you're brave. Aren't you? You're a big brave dog anyway. Look at her face. Big brave dog? Maybe not. She's funny. So here's what's on my reading list. So 90% of the way through The Lying Game. I've downloaded The Last Party, or I bought The Last Party on my Kindle. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. I like to read fantasy books in the physical format because I feel like I get lost in this whole new world and I never pick up my Kindle. But when I get thrillers, I just get them on my Kindle because they're sort of like dipping in and out things, aren't they? And I don't feel as like invested in the world, so I don't mind not physically owning them. Anyway, so on my Kindle, I'm using my Kindle now. The Lying Game, I am 90%, 91% of the way through. Excuse my nails as always. I've downloaded The Last Party by A.R. Tor, which I think Torre or Tor, it's meant to be super dark. So that one is a thriller about, if you've read A.R. Tor's other books, The Good Lie is really excellent. And there's another one about secrets. I'll pop it up on the screen because I can't remember what it's called. That's also like, feels like a Desperate Housewives energy, if you like that energy. So The Last Party is about like a wife and mother who has this seemingly perfect life, but she is obsessed with some murders that had happened in her town years before, and she's obsessed with the person who committed the murders. It's supposed to be quite dark, so check trigger warnings for that. Then the other one that I've downloaded is The Therapist by B.A. Paris, which is about a woman who moves into this gated community called The Circle. She becomes obsessed with the person who previously owned her house because something happened to them, but her neighbours are all really secretive. Next that I've downloaded is Such a Quiet Place. And then I think I downloaded this Don't Let Him In by accident. I downloaded the Howard Linke version because I meant to download the Lisa Jewell version, so I don't know what that one's about because I thought it was Lisa Jewell, Don't Let Him In, I'm an idiot. But it's only 99p, so can I even be asked to return it? So Such a Quiet Place is the next one that I'm reading, and I'm not quite sure what that's about, actually. I'm not quite sure what it's about. Let me find out so I can give you the synopsis. I just fancied it when I read it and now I forgot. Okay, so Such a Quiet Place. It seems like it's about there's these murders that are committed, and this girl gets accused of them, sent to prison, then a conviction is overturned, and 5 years later she returns to the town where these crimes were ultimately committed. And because of the crimes, like, everyone is kind of trapped in this little village that used to be really nice because they can't sell the homes because of like what comes along with like the reputation of this village. I believe the girl goes back to the town, starts receiving threatening notes, and fears that the killer's going to strike again. So she's trying to uncover like the identity of the real killer, which sounds super fun. So that's what I'm gonna read for October. That's my TBR. And then I have been reading loads of Ruth Ware. I've spoke to you about them briefly, so I'll just do this quick. The Death of Mrs. Westaway. Loved that. I'll not do the synopsises because I feel like I've spoken to them about them before. Death of Mrs. Westaway. Loved. I've rated all of these either 4 or 5 stars. I can't remember exactly. Loved The Death of Mrs. Westaway. Loved The It Girl. Those two were the best two for me. Hated The Woman in Cabin 10. I don't know if you've read any Ruth Ware. There's also a film about this. An film adaptation with Keira Knightley coming out on the 10th of October. I'm hoping the film adaptation will be better, but the premise of The Woman in Cabin 10 seems really interesting, but actually it completely fell flat for me. I'm currently reading The Lion Game, which I'm really enjoying. Highly recommend those for a bit of the autumn feels. And I'll let you know about the other ones. So I'm going to get cozy, get to reading, get this book finished, make a cup of tea, and we'll catch up later on. Also, I picked up one of these perfect pumpkin candles just from Aldi. They've got the Yankee Candle ones in. I mean, I'm not really a fan of the way that these look. When you compare them to like, I can't get the lid off, hold on. When you compare that to like the gorgeousness of these TK Maxx candles, which are just a few quid more, I don't love the look, but I think they are only $3.99 and the scent throws terrific. So I treat myself to one of them. So that's what we're burning today. And then the other book that I've got is my lovely friend Sean lent me Richard Osman, We Solve Murders, which he says is more fast-paced than the Thursday Murder Club. The light is so like blue outside. Let me just get my little light so I don't look like the crypt keeper. How about that? Is that better? Look at these two little cutie poos. They both want to be in the garden and they can't. I've just finished my book. I really liked it. It was a bit meandering in parts. There was like the main story, and then there was almost like a side story about the main protagonist and like her partner. that I just didn't give a shit about. Do you know what I mean? Do you ever do that when, like, sometimes there's a side story that just really doesn't need to be there? So I gave it maybe like 3.5 stars, but I always round up. So I gave it 4 on Goodreads, but I just didn't give a fuck about the side story. Do you know what I mean? And the twists weren't that shocking to me. I don't know why. It was a good read, though. It was a really good read, really atmospheric, like coastal, stormy, small town, poison pen letters. So definitely like a good read. So give that a go. I'm just going to sit and edit my video now. So that's my plan for now. I'm going to sit, I'm going to edit. We're going to stay cozy with these 2 little pumpkin heads. Sean's going to be home in about 2 hours. And then we're going to have dinner. I'm going to run a big bubble bath, as always. And then we've started, well, for me, rewatching, for Sean watching for the first time. But I feel like it's the first time because it came out years ago. And I think I've only ever seen season 1 of Victoria with Jenna. What's her name? I can't think of her name. Victoria, anyway. So I started rewatching that with Sean, but it doesn't even feel like a rewatch because I do not remember one single gosh damn thing that happened. So we're going to get in bed quite early tonight because I still feel rubbish. And we're going to cozy up with a brew and watch that in bed. So I'm just going to get this editing done and then I am chore free for the rest of the day. Last week's vlog is edited. It took flipping ages, but I'm done. I am finished. It's only about 6:30, but I am heading up to bed with my book because I still feel like trash. I've got my Barter Books mug, which is my favourite for bedtime because it's nice and small. I'm not going to sleep. I'm taking my book to bed to read. I can't go to sleep at 6:30. And then I've got one for Sean. And we've been having these. I got them from Co-op. You will have seen them. I think they're like a German treat. I've thrown the main box away now. I've just kept the bag, but they're called like Stricken Waffle or something like that. I didn't say that right. But you just put them on top of your cup to heat through. And you've probably had them, so I don't even know why I'm telling you, but can you see all the caramel like warms up? Oh my god, they're absolute heaven. They're my favourite little after tea treats with my bro at the minute. So that's what we're doing now. And we've just started that brand new book that you saw a clip of. Hi, it's Saturday morning now. We woke up about 7, had a little coffee in bed, and then I've just had Daphne out. The wind is still raging, which I'm not raging about because you know me. I absolutely love a storm day. My period pains are terrible. So that means that I'm giving myself a sick day. We're going to have a sick day. I deserve it. I don't feel well. It's a sick day. So if you're here for innovative and exciting recipes, then go somewhere else because I'm just addicted to spag bol at the moment. So I'm going to batch cook a big spag bol. Sean's at work till about 5. It's like 10 a.m. now. I've been to the shops. I've walked the dog. And I had to go to the shop because Ocado did something really weird, okay? So the mints that I love that I used last week for the first time and now will never go back unless Ocado was sold out, which they were, is the Miami mints. It is brilliant. So I ordered this one because I thought try another different one. Plant-based mints. It's like less flavoured, so it's more of like a vehicle for the flavour that you put in. Some of them can be really flavoured and then everything tastes super samey. So I thought try that, ordered 2 so I could batch cook. They obviously only had 1. So they sent me that as a replacement. I can't make a spag bol with that, a cardo. So I'm going to save that and do like a veggie rice bowl later in the week. But it just meant that I had to go to the shop at the corner and just get, from Co-op, and just get some corn mince. I also forgot to order kitchen roll with my shop. I can't live without kitchen roll. I refuse to live without kitchen roll. I got some Midnight Blooms of Flora. They didn't have any of the autumn flavours in. Alka-Seltzer, because they are my cure-all for like tummy ache and period pains. So there we go. Some paracetamol. Wow. And then I'm gonna make homemade garlic baguettes. Well, just the one. When I say homemade, this is obviously already cooked. I'm just gonna do some garlic butter to go with it. Garlic. And then I got some of these for Sean, because I don't like these, but I don't like a hot sponge pudding. I think it's gross. But I got Sean some of these Auntie's Golden Syrup Steam Puds and some Devon custard, so I can feel like real autumnal by proxy. Do you know what I mean? So I can eat autumnal desserts vicariously via Sean. So I'm going to make him that. Maybe I do like ones, but I don't think I do. I've got something in my head that says that I don't. I've got some pasta and then the corn mince that I needed. That's it. So just a little top up, because I do like my online Ocado shop. Always forget stuff every single time. So it's 10 a.m. now. What I'm going to do is, if you watched my vlog last week, what I planned to do last week was do my spag bol, like my veggie spag bol in the slow cooker, but last week time got away from me and I didn't end up doing that. So it's 10 a.m. now. Sean won't be home till around 5. So what I'm going to do is just brown everything off in the pan. Same recipe as last week, and I put it in the slow cooker, and then when he gets home from work, all I have to do is cook up a bit of pasta, and we've got like a yummy like veggie ragu. Oh, and I got some more parmesan, because spag bol, nothing without parmesan. I don't care what you say. So yeah, that's my plan. I watched, oh, by the way, please, if you're thinking, why is her light bulb so dirty, by the way, I always get para about this. Light bulbs are never the right colour for me. So I actually keep little tester pots of paint in like warm toned colours. And then I staple them with like some cotton wool onto the light bulb to create like a warm light. So that's why that bulb looks like it's covered in poo. It's covered in paint. I just felt like I needed to clear that up for my own peace of mind. Anyway, what the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, I watched last night my mum, Jane. Oh my God. It is about Jane Mansfield's daughter, Mariska Haggerty. She's from CSI and stuff, and her mum was Jane Mansfield, and I thought it was just kind of like a loving portrait of a mother. But it's like about Longberry Dock, like family secrets and stuff. Absolutely excellent. So good. And I'm now madly obsessed with Jane Mansfield. And then my mum was like, if you want something in the same vein, watch Priscilla, which was certain that I'd already watched. Turns out I didn't. I'd watched the Elvis one. So I'm going to watch that. And then my mum said on YouTube, you can get Sweet Dreams with Jessica Lange as Patsy Cline, and I'm obsessed with Patsy Cline. So they are my cosy watches for the day. Yeah, and then I'm going to do some reading. So that's my plan. I'm just going to have a sick day today. Sometimes you've got to allow yourself a sick day. I think since I've been sober, I feel like people go out at the weekend and then they're like, I'm going to have a hangover day. That gets taken away from you. And although being hungover is shit, you do completely allow yourself to do nothing. So I don't have many of those days where I completely allow myself to do nothing. unless I'm on my period. So today is one of those days for me. My chores are done, the house is clean, I get my batch cooking out the way, and then I'm not freaking moving for the whole day. Apart from to take Daffers on an afternoon walk, but it's not raining at the moment, so it means she can hang out in the garden. So she's doing that. She's doing that. I'm gonna get my spag bol on, lads. Excuse the lighting. My selfie light's downstairs. I'm in bed with a cup of tea. It's not even midday, but little Miss Daphne over there. I'm trying to get some light from the lamp. Little Miss Daphne over there is scared of the wind, so she wants to be in bed. So I'm sitting with her, and I did say it was a sick day. We've just popped Priscilla on the telly, and we're just going to stay here dead cosy. Why not? You need that in your life sometimes.
Really? He wants to see me.
Happy Sunday morning it is for us. I'm here with a very sleepy me and a very sleepy puppy, because she had me up for half the night. She was scared of the wind, weren't you? Scared of the wind. So I woke up at 2:30 and she's on my pillow, which is fine. But she was like too hot because she was like in between us and like panicking about the wind sound. So she was just like the whole bed was shaking, because she's not little. So the whole bed was shaking. So I thought, I'll go up for a bit, give her some space. So she's not so hot, she can like snuggle up in bed properly. So I got out of bed, and then I was like, I'm going to end up falling asleep on the sofa. So I went back up and I was like, oh my God, this is like water torture or something, like just that repetitive, like the whole bed shaking. So I couldn't like read, and then every time there was a bang outside, she was awake again. Do you know what the only thing was that I could do? I moved her down the bed, snuggled her up with a cushion so she wasn't as hot. I got a little mouse toy, honestly, like she's a baby. And I put like relaxing, like autumnal fireplace sounds on the telly, like one of the things that I watch when I read. She went straight asleep. She went straight asleep. Honestly. Big scary Daphne, eh? Big German Shepherd guard dog Daphne. Has to have relaxing autumnal fireplace sounds on the telly or she won't go sleep. So anyway, she's tired this morning because it took me till about 4 o'clock, I think, to figure out how to get her off to sleep. Sounds mental, doesn't it? But that's what happened last night, so we're knackered. Sean's only got one day off this week. Well, he had Thursday off, but he's only off Sunday. So we're just going to have a really relaxing day today. I took him up some brekkie in bed. I've just got a bit of washing to put away. I'm going to put fresh bedding on because he's now eating in my bed. We're going to get Daph out for WALK, but mostly just really, really chill. Whoa, can I just say that I watch my footage back sometimes and I think I forget that like I'm putting myself on the internet, and I just like don't do my hair, don't put any makeup on, and I just start filming as if you're my mates and you're round at my house, and really like other people look so fantastic on the vlogs and like totally get ready. And I'm just sat here with my bags from my sleepless Daphne night. I'm currently running a bubble bath because I'm about to do like an everything bath, wash my hair, do my nails, get ready for the week ahead. But this is what we're dealing with. I just honestly look back and I think, why didn't you just put a bit of makeup on? It would have took you 10 minutes. But here we are. This is the real truth of what I'm going to look like on a Sunday when I'm at home. Anyway, I've decided, let me show you. I was gonna have a cozy reading afternoon. We've just gotten back from, you would have seen some clips, we just took Daphne to the, they're trying to get in now, Paul is trying to get in, one sec. Honestly, these animals, if they're in, they want out. If they're out, they want in. Look at my bags. Honestly, if you're parents and you have like endless sleepless nights and you've got kids, I'm sorry for complaining that my dog kept me awake for one night, but I don't know how you do it. I honestly do not know how you do it. So I've downloaded this cute little game, which is Tiny Bookshop, where you run your own bookshop. There's like real books in it from the real world. And you basically drive around to little towns, and in each town they have like different book preferences and you recommend books, and it just sounds so cute. And it's a little indie game and the graphics are just stunning. So I've downloaded that because what I love to do is, if you've been watching my vlogs for a while, is audiobook and like play cozy games. So I think that game might be a little bit, let me show you the other one that I got. I'm worried that that game is going to be a little bit dialogue heavy, which then I find it hard to listen to my audiobook with a dialogue heavy game. So I also downloaded this little game, which is called Cloud Gardens, which I think is like dialogue free. You just get like these little dioramas, which are essentially like rubbish heaps, and like that have been taken over by like industry. I think there's like old car parks, stuff like that, and you like introduce plants, and like I think you make friends with some crows, which I love, and like help nature take back over and just build like these beautiful scenes with these gorgeous graphics. So there's a sale on Steam, like an autumn sale. So I've just downloaded those two. And then while my bubble bath runs, I'm going to download those and I'll listen to my audiobook. I'm still listening to Such a Quiet Place. And then just have a really relaxing Sunday afternoon. It's a leftovers day. So we've got leftover spag bowl that I batch cooked yesterday, which is like the dream dinner day because I don't have to do anything. And I'm going to have a cup of tea. We got some... I've got some hummus from the shop, so I'm just going to have some little snacks, maybe a small sweet treat. And we're just going to have a really cosy afternoon. The storm's now passed and it's a beautiful day. So I'm glad we got Daphne out nice and early. And we are just going to have a nothing day. So there's not going to be anything to film because I don't need to cook anything. I came home and I've reset the house. I just like to do 10 minutes in each room. Like run the hoover around, tidy up the cushions, pop the washing away, and now all the chores are off my list. I've got a pair of fresh PJs waiting on my bed for after my everything bubble bath. So I'm going to leave this vlog here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with me being the least glamorous vlogger, literally of all time. Of all time, bar none, I'm the least glamorous. I swear to God, I don't watch anyone else's vlogs. You could have put a bit of concealer on, do you know what I mean? Anyway, we are where we are. I am who I am. Tis what tis. Thanks for watching, and I will speak to you next week. I think we're going to go shopping next week because there's some really, I know I'm going to say the C word. I think there's some really good Christmassy bits in B&M and the range that are going to sell fast. So next week or the week after, we're going to go and have a look and just get some little top-up bits that I've seen that I want ahead of Christmas decorating. Is it too soon? Let me know in the comments if you think it's too soon for that. But I need to do it. Maybe I could film it and put it out later if you think I'm being insane by doing that now. I'm not wishing autumn away by any means. It's my favourite. But I just want to get these specific things before they sell out. And maybe you do too. Anyway, I'll speak to you next week. Have a great week. And don't forget that I'm on TikTok if you want to see my face every day. See you later.